I used to work in a factory back home in Cornwall, and it was kind of a rough place. I was warned about the people who worked there, but the banter was just extraordinary. I'll give you an example. There was a guy there called Dave, who was an ex-jockey. He fell off his horse mid-race. The horse had to be shot, and Dave retired. Now, my first day on the factory floor, I heard this voice shout out, "Dave, you horse-murdering bastard!" Now, to most people, that's a sentence that can't possibly end well, right? What he actually said was, "Dave, you horse-murdering bastard! What did you do at the weekend?" Anything nice, which in many ways is worse. And Dave replied, "I did your mum." And the voice went, "Oh, I heard you tried, but you fell off." The voice belonged to a 25-stone man called Salad, right? Salad, he was a good friend of mine. He was 5'7". He used to breathe really heavily. He used to carry a big sports bag around him that was full of sweets and chocolates. Salad once went paintballing and ended up with concussion because his goggles steamed up and he ran into a tree. He was an idiot. Now, I'm not being rude when I say this, but he had a phobia he'd been overheard going to the toilet. Small community, he was walking through town late one night, he was dying to go, gets into the public toilet, gets in the cubicle, it's horrible. The coat hanger had been ripped off the door, there's a hole in the wall, there's graffiti everywhere, it's horrible. So he sat down. He's just about to go about his business when the guy in the cubicle next to him stuck his penis through the hole in the wall. So Salad hung his bag on it. It was like a game of perverts buckaroo. The bag fell to the floor, the bloke screamed in pain, but at least Salad got to go toilet without being hurt. Right? They would take the piss out of my mum's moustache all day and every day as well. Like, your mum's got a moustache, your mum's got a moustache, your mum's got a moustache, you bored yet, your mum's got a moustache. That's what happens if you don't work hard at school. Our supervisor was a Scottish guy. Now, I love Scotland. I've been watching a documentary recently set in Kilmarnock called The Scheme, and it's amazing, because when you watch it in England, the BBC have really bad subtitles, and there's this one scene where this guy turns to his mate and goes, "Aye, so I says to him, right, oh, get to fuck, you wee fucking dick." And the subtitle said, "I advised him to leave." And my point to the story is this, you see, they'd throw fish at you and they would slash your boots and stuff if they liked you, you know, it was a weird place to work. And they would take the piss out of my mum's moustache. I'm not being morbid when I say this, just trust me. But when my grandfather died, Salad came to see me. And he said, "Look," he said, "I'm really sorry to hear about your grampy." I said, "That's all right, so we're going to leave you alone. We're not going to throw fish. We're not going to take the piss out of your mum's moustache. And oh, by the way, I haven't really had sex with your gran." Which I thought was sweet, but poorly timed. And they left me alone. And a few days later, I came into work, I walked down the steps, I got into the footbath, and I thought, this is a bit weird, what's going on? And what they'd done, they'd slashed my boots with a scalpel, as they did to everybody if they liked them. And I looked up, right, a young man, to see these rough people, my two best friends, Dave and Salad, each wearing a fake moustache. And they spent the next 4 hours taking the piss out of my mum, because they liked me. And my conclusion to the story is actually twofold. Firstly, in your deepest, darkest moments in life, that's when you find out who your friends really are sometimes, even if they are what my grandma described as a little bit alternative. And secondly, I believe very much that things work out for the best, even if you can't see it at the time. And I'll give you an example. This is true. A few years ago, my dad told me that he's gay. Right? And it's a really good thing, because if it wasn't for my mum's moustache, I would never have been born. Two big supporting